we are worth the drive. Come see us.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
I need some real talk. Oh, I need some real talk. Give me some of that real talk.
Today's Real Talk, the show focused on North Carolina real estate. You came back.
I did.
You did come back.
See?
Oh, week 2 in with Claudia Ogrizek, Compass Real Estate.
Compass Real Estate.
I still don't know. Is it Compass Real? I feel weird. Like, is it like Apple? You know, you say it one.
It's Compass. You don't
Compass.
need anything else. No.
That's it. That's all
That's
you.
it.
That's
and
all you
people
want.
know. They
Okay.
should know.
Anything going on in the market for the past week since we
No.
last saw each other?
No, I was.
You don't have any
taking-
fun stories or anything for me?
Oh my God. Okay, give me some time and I'll think about something
Okay.
for sure.
Because I'm putting you on the spot. You know, this is
Yes.
not what we
You
talked
should have
about
told
before
me.
we turned the mic
Exactly.
on.
Yes.
This is not how we were going to
Come
do
on,
it.
you should have prepared me for that.
Oh, you brought a guest in today, Sky Mikesell, owner of Spekwo.
That's correct.
Okay, so we're gonna chat with Sky here shortly, but we have to talk about the market update. What's going on?
Yes.
Number you.
So you start with your numbers.
Okay,
I'll
so
give you my
all right,
numbers.
I've said it before. I have a favorite number in the marketplace.
Yes.
My favorite number in the marketplace is active and coming soon listings in the MLS, 500,000 or less per county. Because I equate it to income. That's the whole thing in the market. How much we're making, how much we're spending and earning. That's the equation. Mecklenburg County, 500,000 or less. Last week, I think it was 918 listings.
Okay.
Today, a week later, 979.
Okay.
So
Which-
we've ticked
yes,
up.
it's
We've
the
ticked
spring
up.
market gets
Woo-hoo.
building up.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah.
Like a chicken popping out.
We just need 5,000 more to be okay.
What's the number?
Oh.
1.1 million population in Mecklenburg County. There's
We
979 active and
we
coming
need
soon.
a lot more.
That's wild.
Right now, I think we talked about it last week. Oh my God.
What did we talk about last week? Oh my gosh.
I know, but we
was-
have inventory for a month and a half.
Okay.
So seller's
Do
market,
you think a month and a half? You think 979?
it's just a month and a half, which is not.
The only answer to that
close
is
to
new
being
construction
good.
and off market. That's the only thing. Then that's the
Well,
supply for the
yeah.
marketplace right now.
Do you know,
That's
or
like
have you?
that's like getting down to your reserves.
Do you realize at this point that I'm a rule follower, or no?
Are you a rule? You're a rule follower on the technicals of like what you have to do as a broker, following to the T your scope as a broker. I have not met many that.
In my
that level.
life, I am a rule follower.
Okay, in general.
So-
Okay.
Off market,
Uh-huh.
are you aware that's not allowed anymore?
That breaks your heart completely.
Because
Like,
it's not allowed.
clear cooperation. You're talking
Clear
about.
cooperation.
I know what
and
you're
people
talking
should.
about,
I know
but I'm
people
just-
should understand. So whenever I see agents say, "Hey, I got this off the market," I'm like, allowed.
See, but you're going down a rabbit hole because you know I'm an attorney in a former life, and so the argument is: do you have to have a license always in the transaction? That's where it gets
No.
crazy with off market. That's where it gets wild. But we're not going down this because you're
Yes, okay.
absolutely wonderful, and they should use a. I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm not advocating to not use a broker.
But yes, as a buyer agent,
Sure.
yes, you can get.
We have to maintain buyer's agency in the market. We
Yes,
have
yeah.
to maintain
Oh,
buyer's agency.
I can talk about it for hours.
Go ahead, talk about. What do you
No.
want to know about? What do you think about it? I don't know what you think about that.
Maybe because I came from a country where there's no buyer agent, and now that I see the difference, I'm like, how can you not have your buyer agent? How can you, as a civilian, who might, and most of them, even people that understand money, they don't understand real estate, money, market, rules, contracts, repairs, anything. So how can you, as a civilian, negotiate and get a good deal, fair, if you can't have your agent representing you and you're only dealing with a professional listing agent?
See, but this is the Wild West. We just go out.
I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy, and it shouldn't be allowed. Like, our clients need a buyer agent.
Yeah.
Period.
It's too complicated of a transaction. There's a lot of liability along the way. There's
I know.
liability as a broker. There's liability for attorneys. There's liability for
I know.
inspectors,
That's
for
why we
repair
have
companies. There's a lot of
and
insurance
omissions.
involved. And where's the insurance companies at?
I know.
There's a lot of
and,
that.
But think about it, because it's pretty serious. How can a person, not knowing everything that happens in a transaction, not have someone protecting them. It's for me, it's like it shouldn't even be part of a conversation.
You'd
It's
never go into a
insane.
legal case without an attorney representing, correct?
I don't
Oh,
know.
you might, but you're
Me
crazy.
out there on the streets right now, it's not a good equation. I would get
I-
wild out here. I should not be representing myself.
I see it now, and I'm like, mm-mm, why would you do it? Especially going back to the thing, this is very likely the largest purchase other than kids and the cost of having
Yes.
children. It's where most of your money will go. So how can you take a chance?
But the change of pricing, and then with the cost of capital right now, what used to be in the local marketplace is no more. I mean, it is not the same market whatsoever now. And so the thought of moving in market seems difficult for many because of you hunker down at 3% interest rate. You're sitting pretty good at 3% interest rate in this
Yes.
marketplace right now if you
Yes.
got in at that time.
Yeah.
And how do you then
I'm
move
one
up?
of them, so I understand.
There you go. See, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm there too. I've been here for a while, and I'm not looking to move. I already got my gravesite picked out. Demi, I told her, I said, look, right here, backyard. This is me. And
My husband's actually very happy about it because I could move just like that. I always say, how could I, as a realtor, say, oh, I don't want to move? How hypocritical of me if I didn't want to move. But now, letting go of 3%, he's like, we're staying here forever.
Here's the thing, though. The number one rule of real estate still exists today: location, location, location. If you're in a location you love, what's the point? Where are you gonna go? Fiji? Would you go off somewhere like that? Like Brazil? You'd go back to Brazil. I mean, that's what you
No,
would do.
but can you see? I'm actually checking Fiji for a vacation.
Oh no, I did not see.
Oh.
You are crazy. What? You are wild.
No. Just
Just
for
turning
fun.
it on here's my stat. I'm
Because
under
I
the table
think
going to Fiji.
Christmas and New Year's is like in the middle of the week, so there's a good chance for like a 2-week vacation. I'm like, why not go crazy and go far? So I'm playing around.
You're okay on a plane like that long? That's a long time on a plane.
My dream was to be a flight attendant.
Oh.
And my
okay.
daughter is actually planning on being one. And I'm so excited. And my husband says, "Are you projecting?" I'm like, if I am, it's my right. I carried her for 9 months. I can project it.
Okay, that is your baby. I mean, no one's
My
gonna
baby.
no one is gonna
If
argue
I
like
was not, and by a huge coincidence, I have many clients who are or were flight attendants, and they all say it's an amazing, and they tell me to do it. They're like, you can do it. You're young enough to do it. I'm not, but
you
I
could
would
do anything you want. Age is the only number. Come on now, don't let them do that.
I
Like
know.
that.
But the problem is, I would have to go. I know American Airlines. I think the training is in Texas. Maybe the first time I will go to Texas. But it's 3 months. I can't leave for 3 months.
Because work's too busy.
Work is too easy.
The market is that busy. You're like that busy right now.
I am that busy right
Okay,
now.
that's good.
Hmm.
That and there is high demand still in the marketplace.
For me, yeah.
We're hanging. Oh, look who's. Oh, hey, how you doing?
Hi.
Joe Vagnone's up next. He.
I know.
Don't worry, Bill's here. Because last week, it was a train wreck for him too.
Yes.
I had to run the
Yes.
board for him too after the show here. So we're gonna hang out with Sky Mike. Mike Well. Wait, no, don't say it. I closed my laptop. Wait, no, Mike Swell.
No.
Mikesell.
Perfect.
Genius name.
Third time's the
Mikesell.
charm.
He's got a cool tool and a cool company. I mean, I'm excited about this one. This is good. This is very
I know.
cool. All right.
Pretty good.
Stay with us. Today's Real Talk with Claudia Ogrizek and Justin Ckezepis will be back after these messages on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Well, getting the work week started on a comfortable note as we climb into the mid-60s and plenty of sunshine for this afternoon, too. We'll drop it back into the low 40s tonight. Outlying spots and farms may see the upper 30s by early Tuesday morning. Warming up to 70 tomorrow, and it just gets better from there. Mid-70s, even near 80 later this week, and staying dry for a while, too. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Happy St. Patty's Day! Plenty of fun and adventure happening around the entire area this weekend. Downtown Cornelius, downtown Mooresville, DeVos Vineyards in Troutman, and so much more. As always, we hope you have a fun and safe time celebrating. Summer camps are just around the corner. Check out some of the camps happening at Kane Center for the Arts. Pottery for teens, paint, 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 Broadway through the ages, and many more. Kane Center for the Arts is offering week-long camps starting June 10th through August 9th. For more info and to register for any of the summer camps, visit canearts.org. That's CAIN arts.org. Hey, coin collectors! This is your weekend too. The Statesville Coin and Currency Show at the Statesville Civic Center is this weekend, featuring over 60 tables of some of the finest coins around. For more info, contact Bill Brewer of Carolina Prospectors in Statesville. The Statesville Coin and Currency Show, Statesville Civic Center, March 16th and 17th. This Saturday, Eagle Rentals in Statesville is having their Customer Appreciation Day. Come out to Eagle Rentals from noon until 4 p.m. and enjoy some time that is sure to be fun for the whole family. 3435 East Broad Street in Statesville. Eagle Rentals Customer Appreciation Day this Saturday. MerleFest is back, April 25th through the 28th at Wilkes Community College, featuring nearly 100 performers, including Old Crow Medicine Show, Sam Bush, Turnpike Troubadours, the Teskey Brothers, Nickel Creek, and more. Tickets and information at merlefest.org. Listen each morning to Good Morning LKN for your chance to win tickets. Have an event you would like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
Call now to speak with Claudia Ogrizek and Justin Ckezepis at 844-STUDIO-4. It's today's Real Talk on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Today's Real Talk, 3:18 on this Monday. Hanging out in the afternoon. Claudia Ogrizek, who brought a friend.
I did.
Sky Mikesell. See, that was better when I just did it smooth there.
No, it's Mikesell.
No. Owner of Spekwo, an interesting company. Okay, in the transaction process,
Yes.
you as a broker, as a realtor,
Yes.
you are called upon, Claudia, to find and gather any type of nugget that may exist within a real estate transaction equation.
Yes.
And that includes probably like thinking of home repairs.
Yes.
And so Mike is somebody that you've used his company, but you guys hadn't met before today.
No.
No.
I've never
But
seen-
time.
Mike you own the company.
I do.
And
Sky.
I'm a big
Sky
fan.
Mikesell.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Well, I was just mixing them all up
Yeah,
now
I
at
mean,
this
you
point.
can just,
Yeah.
I mean, just change my name.
Yeah.
Pick whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. But before we start talking about repairs, I think it's extremely important to remind people that in North Carolina and in South Carolina, houses are sold as is.
Mm.
I tell
Per
my
Form
clients,
2T. Oh, now why you gotta be going in the weeds like this? Come on now.
because I want
People
to
should know.
educate
No,
people.
I know.
How I always tell my buyers, guys, houses. Keep in mind, houses are sold as is. So when we talk about an offer, you have to keep in mind that the seller does not have to agree with any repair. So you strategize knowing that if they agree, awesome. If they don't agree, don't cry, don't complain, because the contract says as is. Having said that, I would say 99% of sellers always agree to something. Sometimes it's like half and half. I always say, of course, some buyers might try to get unreasonable. I'm not going to lie. They want, a light bulb, whatever.
Everything's negotiable. That's
Everything is negotiable.
Everything is
So,
negotiable.
but the expectation is that it's as is. And then from there, yes, everything
Is
is
it though?
negotiable.
Do you think that the expectation is not as is though? When a buyer, they're thinking they're going to get all for all the
But-
money they're paying. They're getting
but
they're
that's-
getting everything
That's why you need an agent that will teach you.
because you got to
right?
know the contract too.
You
That's
need, yeah. So I make clients, I'm not talking about new construction because it's a different thing, but for resale, I
Are
make
you a
sure my
GC?
clients understand.
Okay. So we have a GC here.
We
I
have
mean,
a
I was
GC,
just
yeah.
thinking that was a great. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you like that.
No, but-
You sparked that in my mind right
Okay.
now. You brought a GC with you.
Right. And so, yes, expectations. I always set expectations. So the same thing with due diligence fee. I'm like, I make clients repeat, I don't get the money back. I'm like, teach me what the diligence fee is.
Oh, you make them like repeat like it's class.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm like, I don't know, so you teach me because I want to make sure they really got it. Because people learn in different ways. Some people are more visual. Some people, so I make people understand that.
So how did you come across Spekwo?
So I was a listing agent actually, and the buyer had their inspection, and when they sent me the due diligence repair request, they had the the request, they had the inspection, and they had their quote. And I looked at it, and I was pretty amazed that not only they had, I don't think they sent me the full thing because, and we can talk about the style, the kind of the options you have, but they had the list of what the buyer wanted, priced, and it was fair. Because I had seen another, I really don't remember the name and I wouldn't say it here, but I had seen another company that was crazy, super expensive, ridiculous.
Sure.
And with them,
Very
I'm
common
like,
in the marketplace right now,
yes,
by the way. Yes.
but with them, I'm like, ooh, they're pretty fair. And when I talk to my seller, I'm like, look, this is, you don't have to agree. Again, you don't have to agree with everything, but if you do, this is pretty awesome. And since that day, I think maybe 3 years ago, I use them. I actually give my clients the quote with them. So, because you can pay yourself, like the agent giving the clients the quote, or you can make the clients pay for it. But this is my gift to my clients, so they know how much it will cost no matter what. So if we negotiate during the due diligence period, awesome. If not, they know how much it will cost.
And Spekwo, Sky, to ask you, because it's your company, I'm just asking.
Now you are on the spot.
She's doing a great job. So.
I am a fan. I am. Since the first time, I'm like, I'm going to use them. And I've been using them every deal.
So it is for agents, brokers to submit repair requests, basically. That's the niche that Spekwo works within.
Yep, that's correct. Yeah. So basically, when we set up, we knew that brokers were our target. We knew that their life was crazy already. They had to get, and I think it all started, I'll take you kind of back to the beginning. So the beginning was, I showed up for a quote. It was like a water heater replacement or something. I was running a separate company, and upon arrival, I was sitting in my truck. I was about 20 minutes early, which is unique for contractors, but I was 20 minutes early, and the broker pulled up, and then the buyer pulled up, the buyer's partner pulled up, and then contractors started showing up, a roofer and an electrician and a gutter guy. And I said, man, this is insanity. I mean, there's got to be a better way. And this was about 7 years ago. And at that moment, Spekwo was born. We knew that our vision was really clear, and it took us about a year and a half to build the software that could take in all the home inspections, remotely quote them.
Wow.
And then we started building teams to handle all the repairs. And so we knew that brokers had enough to do. They've got the contractual part that they're dealing with. They're dealing with negotiations. They're working with buyers. We're working with sellers. Like Claudia said, very emotional transaction.
Oh, yeah.
And we said, look, we can bring some real simplicity to this transaction. We know that there's a lot of things that can go wrong, so let's make it real simple. Submit your home inspection. We're not home inspectors, but just use your home inspector, whoever you're comfortable with. Submit it. Our software will scan it, quote the whole entire thing, and let you do your thing. You go negotiate and get all of that done. You don't need to call 10 contractors.
Wow.
You don't need to show up to the house 3 or 4 different times. It's not even just a question of if the contractor is going to provide you a quote that you're happy or unhappy with. It's a question of, like, are they actually going to show up when you're there? That's the question. And are they going to be sober? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. That's not the question. I'm just teasing.
How far out are you guys on scheduling then? Because that's like some of these lists can be like, so you got to have a team at the ready to do many different things.
Well, I mean, so the market's changed, as both of you know. You're the experts in the room. The market has changed. And I would say 2 years ago, if you said, are you available right away for a pre-close? I'm like, you're clearly not in this market because nobody's doing pre-close repairs, right? we knew that. And so post-close repairs were very easy for us to schedule because it was really determined by the buyer's timeline, which was totally fine for us. As the market continues to start to balance out in a healthy way, it's a very healthy, it's leaning back towards a healthy market, which is
We have to.
We
Oh
have
my
to.
gosh, we have to.
We want to.
Yeah.
We want to. All of us want this.
Everyone
wants it.
stop. Agree to stop.
Yeah.
Everyone stop. for a
Stop the
moment.
madness. Let us just get back to the health of a market and not this in chaos that
Yeah.
we had experienced. And buyers don't enjoy that either, by the way. I mean,
No.
nobody possibly
I
does.
know.
Right?
How can you?
You can't. I mean, you're putting in ridiculous due diligence. I mean, you're praying and hoping nothing comes back wrong on the home inspection because you're stuck with this house even if you don't want it anymore.
That's right. And by that point, oh my
Oh,
gosh! By the
it
time you
was
commit to that level in
amazing.
this market,
That's right.
Oh.
So this is much healthier for everybody involved, us, for all agents
Yeah.
across the board. So yeah, post-close repairs, we're typically 7 to 10 working days out.
Okay.
And so we can typically get a team on there for most of the repairs.
That's
and
reasonable.
it's
That's not unreasonable.
Yeah. And it's primarily because we only work with real estate brokers and obviously their clients, most of them are calling us post-close. We get introductions from a lot of our brokers who
Oh, yeah.
say, this is my client. They want you to do crawl space repairs or miscellaneous plumbing repairs post-close. And that's an easy one for us to schedule. Obviously, a lot of the VA, FHA deals, we get more of those. Can you come
Sure.
tomorrow?
Appraisals affected by it. It's a whole thing.
That's
like
right.
that.
Yes.
Those
Yeah.
are the pre-close phone calls, and agents will call and say it's an emergency. I'm like, there's no such thing as a real estate emergency,
Yeah.
but we'll be there. We can make it. We can make it.
The
happen.
connection, though, back to the consumer, though, is still, oh my gosh, the cable just, that's what happens, Claudia, around here. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Are you okay?
I
oh
am.
my
I
gosh.
am.
But you back to the consumer, right? That's the connection here. And you as a broker have to be knowledgeable of the people and vendors in the marketplace and
all the time.
how to bring quality to the market. That's the goal here.
Right.
This is it's a everyday thing to make sure I have the best contractors and people to recommend every day. Every day I have people trying to become part of my referral. Right? I have
I would like to
flooring-
be in Claudia's phone book, please.
Yeah,
Sign me up
so-
today.
and it's kind of
TM.
the kind of thing as you were saying, if they show up, so people are like, oh, can you, I'm like, look, I have to test you first because I'm not going to say your name just because you're asking me.
Right.
I'm not going to do it because I want to make sure I'm hiring or I'm recommending the right people. So one of the things, again, when I got the quote from a buyer, so I was on the other side, and I'm all about being fair. I looked at the estimate. I talked to my client. I said, this is pretty fair. So if you're willing, tell me what it is. We get back. And again, you decide on a repair, closing cost, whatever amount. It can be done and scheduled right then, or the seller can credit the buyer, and with the money they finish and they contact Spekwo to schedule everything. It's pretty
It
amazing.
sounds like a seamless process. It's almost too seamless.
No, it's good.
Yeah, it's a seamless process, and I think you hit on a pretty important point. I mean, I think and I won't speak to what your job is. You know your job better than I do, but from the outside, it definitely appears that the challenging is reaching out to the contractors and that negotiation phase that you have to go through. And what we really believe is we believe that with our quotes, it kind of allows you to negotiate based on the merits of the transaction. So this is no longer like my cousin can do the repairs for less money versus whatever. Then it's just, here's a quote. Both parties can agree. This is what
And
it
it's
is.
not guessing. Like
Right.
you have the numbers right then. So even if the other agent on the other side says something, I'm like, look, this is it. They can do it for this. So there's no making things up. There's no guesstimates. It's all said and done, ready to go.
Wow.
Pretty amazing.
Sky Mikesell of Spekwo. There it is. See,
Nailed it.
boom!
Nailed
That
it.
felt good. Thank you for joining us. Can you hang out with us again
I
for?
can.
Okay, all
Absolutely.
right. So Sky's gonna hang out with another one, but then it's back to just me and Claudia
Oh.
because she's got a tip or something for somebody.
Do I?
We'll be back with more of today's Real Talk, hosted by Claudia Ogrizek and Justin Ckezepis, in just a moment on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Well, getting the work week started on a comfortable note as we climb into the mid-60s and plenty of sunshine for this afternoon, too. We'll drop it back into the low 40s tonight. Outlying spots and farms may see the upper 30s by early Tuesday morning. Warming up to 70 tomorrow, and it just gets better from there. Mid-70s, even near 80 later this week, and staying dry for a while, too. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste, so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
If you have an upcoming event, let WSIC spread the word. Go to WSICnews.com and click on the community calendar button. WSIC, proud to be part of your community.
Hi, this is Joshua Dobie. Join me Thursdays at 4 p.m. for Dollars and Cents, a show that focuses on your personal financial journey and the markets around us. That's Dollars and Cents, Thursday afternoons at 4, here on WSIC.
Prioritizing your health is one of the best ways to take care of yourself. From routine visits to the joys of pregnancy to the illnesses that stop you in your tracks, Iredell Health System will be by your side. Learn more at iredellhealth.org.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. This Wednesday, the House of Representatives will vote on a bill that would force TikTok's Chinese owner to sell the social media app if it wants to continue operating in the U.S. President Biden has already said if that bill passes in both the House and Senate, he will sign it into law. On Wall Street, investors today a little nervous. That's ahead of tomorrow's read on consumer inflation in February. Some fear that overall prices rose by more than economists predicted. Right now, it's got the Dow flat on the day, the NASDAQ about 0.25% lower, the S&P just slightly lower, and Bitcoin topping 72,000 for the first time ever today. And city officials in Anaheim, California meet today to review a nearly $2 billion proposal by Disneyland to expand the park. It wants to add more immersive experiences based on films like Coco, Zootopia, or Black Panther in what's now a 50-acre parking lot and build a massive multi-story parking garage elsewhere. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
We're back with more of today's Real Talk with Claudia Ogrizek and Justin Ckezepis on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Oh, there you Ckezepis and Ogrizek. There, that's
we're torturing people.
We are torturing people right now.
They can't spell it.
We have to I know, we have to come up with a
This is kind of like this is like a superhero kind of thing. No, pump that back up for a second, Bill. We can get with this right here. Justin and Claudia, Justin.
I bet we should have a thing like say our last names. Ckezepis and Ogrizek.
Okay, there it is. We can do that. That'd be fun. We're hanging out too with Sky Mikesell of Spekwo,
Which is the easiest last name at this table,
yes.
which you totally botched 3 times.
I know.
Amazing.
I have a keen sense of squirrelism when it's all over the place. This is my pretty much container I'm in. Claudia joins me once a week in here, and it's a good time. And we were talking about your company. It's general contracting, but there's technology because there's a scheduling process and there's automation. And so what about the concept of pricing? I'm curious because of COVID. To be a GC in COVID anywhere near that, I couldn't imagine what that was like even as a broker or anything else. So
I think you're asking, like, how do we get
I'm going to ask something at some point.
I mean, I hear a question forming, so I'll help you. I'll finish it off for you. So I think the number one question we get is, like, if you're not coming to the house, how the heck do you do our pricing? And, what are you just making stuff up? Or, so we tell people a couple of different things. First off, a picture to you is different than a picture for me. So a picture, if you look at a picture of a crawl space, you're like, that's nasty. I'm not going down there. And that's what most people feel about crawl spaces. We look at a crawl space, we're like, yeah, that is nasty, but we see insulation, not just any insulation, but stringy insulation. And stringy means moisture. Then we see another part of the home inspection, which is saying, hey, there's water coming in down here. So we just really put all the pieces together.
Like a map.
like a map, like a treasure map. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So we're connecting the dots more like CSI. But,
Nice. To code, things like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like...
And then just to see how I see it when they do, and of course, they are looking at the inspection report. Of course, they're looking at pictures, so they don't know. But when they price something, they'll say, we will replace up to 8 feet of
insulation,
siding or insulation.
Right.
So they give us a very good idea at a fair price, a fair cost. And of course, it's understood that maybe they'll have to come and things are different.
Well, you having a real estate investment background, understand how big some of these projects go to, right? These repair lists can get. And so you're not doing like renovations in the sense of remodeling, building new from the ground. You're not to that full-fledged.
No, we like to think of these as closing repairs. And these are the repairs that in certain real estate markets are the repairs needed to get to the closing table. And these are also repairs that are needed after closing. And to Claudia's point earlier when we were off air was, some clients don't always do the repairs after closing in 2 or 3 years. So she's playing the long game, and she knows if she can get them to do repairs right now, that when she lists a house 3, 4, 5 years from now, those repairs are going to be done. There might be different problems, but that problem will not have gotten worse than what it was when she originally sold them the house. So it's in their interest and yours.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah.
I think it's a win-win for everyone. Both clients, seller, buyer, agents, everyone wins because you're doing
it's
something
a relationship.
Nice. It is. And in the long run, it all works out.
What's been like the most fun part of it so far for you? Like, because technology and GC, that's good in real estate. You obviously have a passion for real estate as your background. So what's been like the most fun part of the process?
Yeah, I think the most exciting part for us is kind of it's been seeing a business come together. We don't have competitors in our marketplace that are doing. I'm not saying that other contractors are not our competitors, but they're really not. We have taken technology and we've taken a product and merged the two of them, and we've targeted a very, very clear niche. So we don't take on just any random repair that comes our way. So we've got a pretty clear niche, and so we've watched the business really grow from 0 to about 3,000 agents in the Charlotte, Greensboro area. So that has been probably the most exciting part. And of course, there's lots of exciting, lively things in crawl spaces that you do find.
Do you go on job sites still?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I would miss it too much if I didn't. So.
And y'all do, Spekwo does HVAC, plumbing. Tell us about some of those kind of areas that you guys will step into.
Yeah, we like to tell all of our agents that anything that shows up on the home inspection repair list is what we repair. And so most of the time that's crawl space, a lot of structural work, a lot of crawl space repairs, a lot of plumbing repairs, everything in between that's interior and exterior and siding and electrical items and heat and air conditioning items and roofing items. There's lots that show up. There's usually 10 categories on a home inspection. And most home inspections, they're about a reasonable home inspector is going to land you about 40 or 50 items that actually.
It's a lot of items.
It's a lot of items, and we always like to share with our agents and their clients that a home inspector's job is to. I think CYA are you allowed to say CYA?
Cover your A?
Yes.
Yeah, you can say cover your A.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know the rules.
Right,
so
I can
just
say that, right? Yeah, okay, I can say that.
Okay,
Bill said it's okay.
So, look, they're in the CYA business. They don't repair for a living, but their job, which is a crucial job in the transaction, is to say, look, this doesn't quite look right. Get someone that knows what they're doing to either fix it or assess it. And in our situation, we walk in and say, you know what? He was right. It doesn't look right. But it might not be as important right this second. This is we like to put this in the budget down the road category.
Sure.
And then there's some stuff like, hey, water's getting into your house.
We should do something about that.
We should probably fix that. Yeah. I mean, I thought you wanted a swimming pool in the backyard, not in the crawl space. So these are the things that we really we like to say we're kind of level-headed voice when it comes to the home inspection process. They've got Claudia saying, it's going to be all right. And then they've got us saying, everything's fixable. Some things are important.
What's the craziest inspection thing you've seen? What's been like? I remember one, just nasty stuff most of the time is what I can remember. But have you ever had? Oh, yeah, there it is. That's what it is.
Yes,
yeah.
that's it. Yeah, there was a DJ in the crawl space.
Oh, gosh.
Well, I always say that I have a love-hate relationship with crawl spaces. So every time a buyer wants a crawl space, I'm like, please, please, Lord, give us a good crawl space because you have all kinds of stuff
Sure.
in the
Yes.
crawl space. Even in a
I
dry crawl
I got a
space.
Christmas tree in mine right now.
Oh,
You
this
want
is
that?
nothing. This is probably, if you have a Christmas tree, it's probably, even people, it's crazy. Even people that I know,
No, but it's in
sellers,
trash bags. It's okay. It's in trash bags,
Yeah.
Claudia. Don't worry.
with the mice and the snakes and
yeah,
everything.
They gotta have a home too, right?
But it's crazy because even people that I know who believe they take good care of the house, nobody goes to the crawl. Like I go to the crawl space because I'm a realtor. So I every now and then I open the door. I kind of okay, it's all dry and clear
Look
and
from a distance.
nice.
Yes.
People don't go. They don't want to go. They are afraid of going. And sometimes they live in the house for 10, 12, 15 years and there's water, there's mold, there's critters, you name it.
Everything.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fun
So
time.
it's
It
good
sounds
because-
like a great time.
It's
You know,
like a
if you
time.
want to do a renovation, change the layout of the kitchen, yay, crawl space, pretty easy. But because people don't go, don't check, and
When you go to sell, then it becomes, or
Ugh.
you're someone's buying,
Oh.
and then you find out.
yes,
It's like dirty laundry.
yes.
airing
yeah.
it
So
out there.
I try to talk to my clients about easy maintenance things that you should do in your house every now and then. Every now and then, go to the attic, see if
Yeah.
everything is good.
Just take a peruse.
Yes, every now and then, check the.
See, but then I
the
get in trouble.
crawl
I get into those
space.
bins that are in there and the random stuff from, I start
Right.
looking at it.
But do it
Wearing
because
my Halloween costume from 16 years old that does not fit
if
me
you
anymore.
get it, anything that's happening, if you get it right in the beginning, it will cost you $300, and if you never do, it might cost you $20,000. So this is one of my things that I kind of like. Don't take your house for granted. Buy a house and take care of it.
Mhm.
You do that with your
Very-
car. You change the oil. You check the brakes. Why do people think that this huge thing can just
Self-repair.
self repair? So change the filters, check the crawl space.
So as far as renters right now looking to buy, because I'm sure you do, you
I
got
need to.
you backed up.
need
Right?
to
I
use
knew
the-
that was there's people that right now I have no doubt a long list that are renting, waiting for the right piece of property to come forward
Yes.
so they can buy.
Yes, 100%. I was talking to one yesterday. Yes.
So you bring up the concept of just buying a house right now. What's the rental? What's that transition market like right now that you're seeing?
I mean, it's tough because of the interest rate. So before COVID or during COVID, I was always talking to people and say, hey, it will cost you pretty much the same. Similar house, similar neighborhood, it's going to cost you the same. So why waste your money? But now it does cost more to buy a house because of the interest rate. So what I'm telling people is like, do it if you can, if you're approved. Probably start smaller, get a smaller house. Even if the bank tells you can afford 500, try to get a 400 and learn how to be a homeowner first. Because not only the mortgage is higher, but you have to learn the cost of keeping a house. Because if you're a tenant, something breaks, you call the landlord. And that's it. As a homeowner, it's on you. So do it, learn how to be a homeowner, learn the cost of being a homeowner and the maintenance and everything. And in 2 years, we get the equity, put down,
Yep.
and it's your step towards the perfect or close to perfect house is stop wasting your money with rent, get a smaller house, maybe further away for a little bit, learn how to be a homeowner, and then use the equity.
Sky Mikesell of
Thank you for
Spekwo,
having me.
Spekwo.com.
Yes.
For agents, brokers, only to use, but to find and connect everyone to the best repair people around.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be back with more of today's Real Talk, hosted by Claudia Ogrizek and Justin Ckezepis, in just a moment on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
We're getting the work week started on a comfortable note as we climb into the mid-60s and plenty of sunshine for this afternoon, too. We'll drop it back into the low 40s tonight. Outlying spots and farms may see the upper 30s by early Tuesday morning. Warming up to 70 tomorrow, and it just gets better from there. Mid-70s, even near 80 later this week and staying dry for a while, too. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Happy St. Patty's Day! Plenty of fun and adventure happening around the entire area this weekend. Downtown Cornelius, downtown Mooresville, DeVos State Vineyards in Troutman, and so much more. As always, we hope you have a fun and safe time celebrating. Summer camps are just around the corner. Check out some of the camps happening at Kane Center for the Arts. Pottery for teens, paint, 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 Broadway through the ages, and many more. Kane Center for the Arts is offering week-long camps starting June 10th through August 9th. For more info and to register for any of the summer camps, visit canearts.org. That's CAIN arts.org. Hey, coin collectors! This is your weekend too. The Statesville Coin and Currency Show at the Statesville Civic Center is this weekend, featuring over 60 tables of some of the finest coins around. For more info, contact Bill Brewer of Carolina Prospectors in Statesville. The Statesville Coin and Currency Show, Statesville Civic Center, March 16th and 17th. This Saturday, Eagle Rentals in Statesville is having their Customer Appreciation Day. Come out to Eagle Rentals from noon until 4 p.m. and enjoy some time that is sure to be fun for the whole family. 3435 East Broad Street in Statesville. Eagle Rentals Customer Appreciation Day this Saturday. MerleFest is back, April 25th through the 28th at Wilkes Community College, featuring nearly 100 performers, including Old Crow Medicine Show, Sam Bush, Turnpike Troubadours, the Teskey Brothers, Nickel Creek, and more. Tickets and information at merlefest.org. Listen each morning to Good Morning LKN for your chance to win tickets. Have an event you would like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
Now, more of today's Real Talk with Claudia Ogrizek and Justin Ckezepis on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Today's Real Talk, 3:48 on this Monday afternoon already, making it hanging out with Claudia Ogrizek. And thanks for bringing in Sky Mikesell.
I'm a big fan. I use him all the time now.
Seems sharp.
Yeah, he knows it all. And again, I'm all about fair. It's not him, but when his company prepares the estimate, it's a fair cost. So
well, and he's using actual local people here, dude. That's the cool part. Is like it's not just like then he subs it out like Angie's List, right, or something like that.
He has his guys, so it's pretty nice because he knows who he's using. It's consistent. It's awesome, and it's a great product. I know he only works with realtors, but still, it's a great product realtors can offer.
Oh, you're trying to offer other you're that confident in this market. You're offering other brokers resources right now.
I want, whenever I have a deal with an agent, I want them to use a fair company. So this is awesome. I will advertise it because I know I want to, as a listing agent, I would love to get a quote from them. And as he said, it is crazy if you get a repair request or if you have a buyer wanting request, and then if you have to call a roofer, an HVAC, a plumber, whatever. How do you make them all come in time to get quotes?
That'd be a lot of people to coordinate.
It's a lot of people. And one thing, and I get it, most of these guys now charge to come to the house. Because what happens is, the HVAC, whatever, I call a company, they come, they give an estimate, and either they're never hired or it's not negotiated, so they wasted their time. So most of these companies are charging to come. With Spekwo, there's no need. I send the inspection report, and they take care of everything for a fee that's pretty reasonable, yes.
Yeah, I mean, they have their pricing even just on their website. We didn't even talk about that.
I know, I didn't know if I was allowed to. I know by heart, 72.
Well, it's right here on the
59.
website, spekwo.com.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally right here, and
I think it's 72 for...
89 for the full Spekwo, itemized solution estimate 59, and pre-list quote 59. Those aren't, as far as numbers in a transaction go,
it's nothing.
That's like what, for as a broker, is that how much the sketch is of the house still? Is that about the same price, or is sketches even? Sketches went up from there?
I don't know how much a sketch costs because I refuse to have sketches.
You go what, 3D virtual?
I do the whole thing.
Oh, here we go.
And I think it actually should against the rules to have a sketch uploaded.
Trying to make the standards higher right now?
Yes.
Are you sure the market is prepared for that?
I don't care.
You're
If
crash
you're not
the whole
prepared,
thing.
get out of the market. Let me take over. I think as a listing agent, we have to have a detailed floor plan. Because again, you're showing the potential buyers the whole layout, because some people say, for instance, they don't want the half bathroom close to the kitchen. If you only have the sketch and they see bathroom, they don't know where the door is. They don't know if it's facing. So give them
You care which way the door swings open? That's how much you care about your people?
No, but if it's like too close to the kitchen or whatever. So by listing a house with a detailed floor plan, you are saving your sellers time, because a buyer might say, oh no, I hate that the office is here, and they don't schedule the showing. Because many times, I know, because I work with many buyers, people come to a house and they're like, oh no, I don't like how this is. And if I had the detail for a plan, we wouldn't have scheduled the house. So I think it's a must. And I don't care if my listing is $200,000 or $2 million. All my listings have detailed floor plan. And I think it should be an MLS rule. If you can't spend 50 extra bucks to have a detailed floor plan, don't be an agent. Go get a 9-to-5 regular job. This is how I feel, and I'm serious.
I imagine buyers and sellers everywhere are praising you right now.
Professional pictures, detailed floor plan. It doesn't matter if you want to take a picture of your phone. Go do something else.
Wow,
it's true.
I
mean, it's more than being professional. It's about respecting your client. I think it's disrespectful not to do it.
We disrespecting people out here.
Yeah.
That's like talking about somebody's mama. Don't be doing that.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Like if you don't want to spend some money, don't be an agent. Talking about this. And I know I might get a little too involved sometimes. So this weekend, I'm about to list a house in Davidson. Hopefully by the weekend it's going to be ready. My clients live in Pennsylvania. They had tenants for many years. In theory, they moved out. They took their stuff. When I got there, they left so much behind, so much behind. So I was very lucky that one of my clients who became a friend helped me get the stuff out of the attic, the bedrooms, the living room. We put everything in the garage.
You like when you call your friends to move, you call people to come help you take stuff out of your clients' houses?
No,
it's
no,
not
no,
even your
Actually,
house?
no. It's kind of, they had nice china, and I know she likes antiques, and I said, hey, do you want to come get this? Because I have to empty this house. So she came to the house for that china, and I gave her a tour of all the stuff left behind. And she said, let me help you. Let me sell stuff on Facebook Market.
Goodness.
So she did, and I'm like, you keep the money, because this is they left behind. So I'm going to have to hire a junk removal company that will charge me like $3,000. So she's like, are you sure?
You just put on the home ad show.
So she sold some things. We put a lot in the garage, and then on Saturday morning, I put on Facebook Market, free, come get it. And the garage was almost clear. So I now have some books and some. It just like in 2 hours, people came with their cars and trucks and took everything they could.
You a big reader?
It's magic.
You a big reader?
I'm not a big reader, no.
You just said you were getting some books or something. Did
No,
you?
that they left behind.
Oh, you didn't keep. I thought you meant you kept them and you were reading.
They are
them.
very specific. So, but I did some. I did some. Did see some traveling ones, and traveling is my thing, so I might get it.
Favorite place you've ever traveled besides Brazil? Did I ask you this last week?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
God.
It could be different this week too.
I love Hawaii.
I think you said that last week. I think my reaction was the same. Hawaii?
Yeah. It's
favorite place ever?
Perfect.
But not planning a trip to Fiji. That's not.
No, I am not. He's listening, so I can wink.
Yeah. See? Oh yeah. That's like.
Who knows? I don't know. No, I'm not going. I'm not planning.
Let's talk about the market as far as some stats. You've got some the expireds. That's a good stat, and I think that is related to how many sellers are unrealistic in the marketplace. That's what it is in proportion to what's available. I don't know. You tell me.
So I just checked the past week. So since last Monday, even though we didn't talk about it, we can start doing it every week. But
Whatever
since
you want.
last
I'm just
Monday,
here. I'm in my cage right now. This is it. I got an hour.
not a lot. I mean, okay, only Lake Norman area, which is, we have to agree or disagree what Lake Norman is.
Oh, no.
So my Lake Norman, my version of Lake Norman, had in the past week 4 expired, 8 temporarily off the market, and 8 withdrawn listings. Lake Norman, my Lake Norman area, in the past 7 days. So 20 kind of abandoned listings that are not on the market anymore. And I did see that 2 of the expired ones came from a limited listing. Do you know? Well, you know, but should we explain to people what a limited listing is?
So where you have a broker that is a broker, but the services they're actually offering is not full service. It's merely to put it onto the internet.
Yes. So many times.
I thought I got punched in the face by Mike Tyson right there.
Many times, you know, the for sale by owner hires the company, pays whatever they charge, and it's not actually the broker selling the house. It's the owner just using, which I also think should not be allowed. But
so here's the difference where I say when you say not allowed. I do think they should be allowed, but I do it to maintain the integrity of the market of it's a free market and that there's this, you got to allow both sides.
Okay, but we do pay a lot of money.
Sure. I'm not talking about segmentation. Now, we could talk about the Realtor Association if you want to. That's a different.
Yeah, people don't realize the cost of being an agent. And so I don't think that a for sale by owner, as we call them, a FSBO, should be in our system. I don't know. I'm against it.
And protecting the data is a big part of the conversation.
They can do it on Zillow. You just, you know, it's a free market, and
but it's
Zillow
an
is there.
Zillow's, it's an opt-in. It's an opt-in for brokers. But brokers, you know this. Brokers in Canopy MLS right now, it is an opt-in to send to Zillow.
I know, but
and you've got to because consumers are there.
I gave up. I sell, like, whenever I put stuff on my Instagram, I put the Zillow link because people are so used to the visual thing of Zillow that I know they like it better.
But that's your model. Your business model doesn't even, you don't even care about Zillow. You let your clients go to Zillow because you're so deeply entrenched in relationship. You don't care where they go.
And they actually, it's funny because sometimes they send me stuff and they're like, oh, don't yell at me. I'm trying. But yeah, I know people like it. So I'm like, go for it. Check Zillow and come back to me when you're ready. It's okay.
You're wild.
I call myself, which is not necessarily about the, but you know, you will get the idea. I call myself the uncoachable realtor. I don't follow all the rules. And it's been fine. My clients come back to me because they know I care.
What's been 7 years now as a licensed broker in North Carolina. Also got your U.S. citizenship in that past 7 years.
And last month I checked the numbers, top 1% in all the metropolitan Charlotte area.
You better stop. Better stop breaking it down right now. Because
I know the numbers will change, but hey, let me celebrate top one.
All right,
I work a lot, and you know that.
So speaking of numbers, we're going to see if the market changes by next week.
Yes.
Next Monday, 3 to 4 o'clock, we're hanging out. Claudia Ogrizek, Justin Ckezepis. Today's Real Talk, the show focused on North Carolina real estate and many other random ancillary things that are going to come up likely.
We still have to talk about what Lake Norman is.
Okay, here's the only answer you need. To Statesville. I include Statesville. So there it is. I know you don't. Dang, she's crazy. She out here calling people out, shooting shots. Today's Real Talk next week, Monday, 3 p.m. Catch the on demand.
Serving you better than ever.